Welcome to New Strength. I'm Christina Cook-Lee. New Strength is a daily devotional offering hope and encouragement to people who are trying to get and stay free from depression and or dependency. I would encourage you to read along with me. If you're viewing directly on YouTube, check the description area below the screen for instructions on how you can. Thanks for joining me. Our topic is managing stress. The focus, how to behave in the face of a stress test. The scripture, Galatians chapter 5, verse 25 from the New King James Version of the Bible. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Some circumstances can be a cause of stress, such as your workplace or your finances. But what about people who seem to thrive on causing stress? What about people you may have to face periodically or constantly? You may have the best of intentions when you wake up in the morning, but then you have to speak to that person who just makes your insides churn. For instance, you may be completely satisfied with your doctor, but his office staff is unnecessarily rude and condescending. Making a simple appointment is an ordeal for no reason. When you get to the office, you realize it isn't just you, as the same treatment is given to everyone at the sliding glass office window. Why is that? You are there because of a problem, and you probably don't feel your best or you wouldn't be there. Then you have to endure the treatment of people who are just not nice. Welcome to life. This is where we meet the true test of our faith. Are we filled with the Spirit or not? Do we give in to temptation, or do we choose to exercise the proof of what we have become because of the testing we have been through in the past? Is our ability to pass a stress test achieved only because of our willingness to be humble? Or are we so filled with the Spirit that it doesn't faze us when we are faced with people who try to make life difficult? Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23 lists 9 character attributes that define a person who walks in the Spirit to the degree that their growth has produced fruit. Here's the list. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. The person who possesses the ability to display these spiritual traits is not usually a beginner. They've been practicing their faith for a while. In the same sense that a young tree doesn't produce fruit until maturity, the noticeable fruit of the Spirit in a person's life is a spiritual mark of maturity. Just like a young person looks forward to the day they will be allowed to drive a car or be old enough to vote, the act of reaching a point in our spiritual walk when the fruit of the Spirit will be in full operation should be something we are actively pursuing too. God knows we are presented with plenty of opportunities to practice. If you haven't been a Christian for very long, don't think you are automatically excused from having to try. Showing the fruit of the Spirit under stress doesn't have to do with age either. Being young is no excuse, and on the other hand, neither is being older. The interesting thing about the fruit of the Spirit is that there are 9 fruits in all. But actually, if we were perfect at the first fruit in the list, we wouldn't really have to worry about mastering the other 8. The number 1 fruit in the list is love. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 gives a very good description of what perfect love should be and how real love actually behaves in verses 4 through 8. Here is how the definition of love reads in the complete Jewish Bible. Love is patient and kind, not jealous, not boastful, not proud, rude, or selfish, not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not gloat over other people's sins, but takes its delight in the truth. Love always bears up, always trusts, always hopes, always endures. Love never ends. In John chapter 13, verse 35, Jesus said, "By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." In Matthew chapter 7, verse 16, he said, "By their fruit you will recognize them." Living in the Spirit and walking in the Spirit should mean we display the love of God under stress, without excuses. We have confirmed that the first fruit of the Spirit is love. If we are filled with the Spirit, then we should behave lovingly under stress. Declaration: I will find new strength by focusing my attention on developing the fruit of the Spirit in my life. I will begin with love, knowing that love leads to joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Thanks for taking the time to listen. I would really appreciate it if you would like this segment, and if you wouldn't mind, please share it with someone else who might also benefit from it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the New Strength Devotional channel on YouTube or on WordPress, and then a link will come to you every day in your email with a segment like this. And if you're already a subscriber, I'll look forward to meeting with you again tomorrow. My prayer is that you will find new strength day by day and endless blessings. I'm Christina Cookley.